Hi, it's Maureen and welcome back to my channel. It's time for another bullet journal setup. But first, let's take a look at my August setup. August was all about strawberries. It was the end of the summer and I thought strawberries would be fitting for the theme. I had a lot of fun with it, although I didn't use it a whole lot, as you can see. But with that, it is time to say goodbye to my 24-25 bullet journal, so long, and it's time to say hello to my 25-26 bullet journal as we start a new school year. This is an Archer and Olive bullet journal. I started off with a picture of myself. I have a hello page, some goals, a future log, my school calendar, and then a little spot where I will put pictures to reflect each month of the year and some things for self-care. I didn't put those in there, what I'm going to put in there for self-care yet. And then after self-care, there was a page for the 2025-2026 bucket list. So I'll be doing that as well. But for this month, I am using the Coneflower Celebrations, lots of Stampin' Up markers, some Tombow markers, some Ride-Tech markers. I have my favorite Zig pen, and then also the Kuretake pen and my white gel pen. So I'll be using all of that and probably some more things along the way. But let's get started with the first hello page. I'm also using the black Memento ink. It is perfect for coloring. So if you're going to be coloring in an image, you do want to have ink that is alcohol based. So this is alcohol based so that I can use my water based markers. So I'm going to stamp the stem here. Ignore my stem because my stems are a little off in some of these stamped images, but it's okay. It's, not true to life. It is just something for fun. So I'm adding a butterfly at the top. I'm going to add some leaves here on the stem of my coneflower, and I am going to be stamping hello at the bottom. No, I'm not going to stamp hello. I'm going to write out hello at the bottom using a Stampin' Write marker. These Stampin' Write markers, I don't even know if they're available anymore, but Stampin' Up is no longer going to be selling them, so they are getting rid of all the ones that they have. So if you want markers, you need to hurry and see if they have any left. I did buy some more because I enjoy using them. But here I am using the Old Olive marker to just add some interest there. I'm coloring on some of the lines there. Now I am using the Crushed Curry marker. Again, just coloring some of the lines, leaving some white spaces, trying to make it interesting. And then my Pecan Pie Stampin' Write marker to color that centerpiece there. For the butterfly, I am using a Coastal Cabana marker, and I again am just kind of coloring around the lines and leaving some white spaces. After I did that, I decided that I wanted to shade it in a little bit more. So then I got a Daffodil Delight marker and filled in some of those white spaces just to give it more of coloration so that it wasn't one color. I also used Lemon Lime Twist for the stem and for the leaves to give it an array of green. And for the butterfly, I added in some Pool Party. And at the bottom, I am simply writing out September using the Pecan Pie marker. And then I'm going down on the down lines and just thickening them a little bit, just to give it a little bit of a faux calligraphy look, a modern calligraphy look. Just there. So that's the way you can cheat on it. So that marker that I was using, I wasn't using the thick tip because I wanted to make sure it would all fit. So I used the fine tip, and then I just darkened the down lines just to make it look more like hand lettering. So now we are on the next page, and this is my calendar page. My calendar page again is 5 by 5. I have not switched to putting the calendar on the hello page. I'm still considering that, but I am not there yet. So right now I am just drawing the lines for the calendar. Pretty simple. I did round some of the calendar. You can see some of the edges are rounded and some of them are straight. Yes, they are. I don't know why I didn't round that top one by by Saturday. But anyway, it's done and it's done. At the top, I'm creating a banner. So just going down there and then up here. And I'm going to put the little pennants on there. And I will be writing September on each of these flaps or pennants. Yeah, I'll be doing that in a minute. And when I do write it, I'm going to be writing it in different colors just to keep it interesting so that I don't just have one color going across. But one thing that's different for me this year is I am using an Archer and Olive journal. I usually use the Leuchtturm ones, but I decided to try something different for this year. So we'll see how it works out. I have a lot of Archer and Olive journals and they're kind of sitting here. So I decided to give it a try. And so far I'm pretty happy with it. The color of the pages is whiter than the Leuchtturm ones. The Leuchtturm ones have more of a yellowish tint to it. But the Archer and Olive paper is smooth. Smooth paper is very important to me so that I don't mess up my markers. But yeah, I'm giving it a go and see how it works out. But you can see here how I am using an extra piece of scrap paper so that I don't stamp outside of my box. That's one way you can get your image to stay in the box. Put a piece of paper on the edge and just stamp, and then the parts you want will show and the other parts will be on your scrap paper. So again, I'm using that same technique for coloring in the coneflower by starting off with the crushed curry, and then I will add in the Daffodil Delight as well. I decided, oh wait, did I? Nope, never mind. I am going to add that in. You'll see in a minute. But same coloring. You just get to watch me do it again. Color the butterfly over there. And I'll be adding my second color in now for my yellow. That's the Daffodil Delight. And I'm also going to add in the color for my stem, and that's the Lemon Lime Twist. And again, the second color for the butterfly. There we go. Awesome. So September is coming together. It is so far for me. I am back to school. The students are there. Of course they're there. But you know, when summer hits, I love it. I have the best time at home in the summer. And then August comes and it's kind of the dreaded August because you know you're going back to work soon. But when you do get back to work and you see those little faces and they are so happy to see you, that makes it all worth it and it makes it really fun. So I'm enjoying, now that it's September, I am enjoying being back at work and seeing all those little faces and getting all the hugs, and they look taller. I do work with I work in an elementary school, so I'm with the younger ones, and they just grow so much. They really do grow over the summer. They come back taller and they're happy to see you. And we are happy to see them. So it's a nice fresh start. That's one of the things I love about teaching, is you get a whole fresh start every year. The children get a fresh start, the teachers get a fresh start, and we all need it. And so we are back in the swing of things. And here is my September calendar page. I am adding in that little drop shadow there just to give the calendar a little bit of dimension. I'm going to add it here as well, and then I'm going to add it along my note page. So I have a little note page on the side. That's something new I'm trying. I think I like it. I saw Riley Autumn. She used a note page just like that on one of her layouts. She makes custom bullet journals. And so check her out, Riley Autumn. She has a YouTube channel. She also has Instagram, and she's on TikTok. She does live TikToks many evenings, so you can check her out there. And then she does do a replay on YouTube, but she's fun to watch and you can get a lot of great ideas from her, and it's live, so you can put a question right in there and she will answer you, and you might see me in there. So I'm Maugo, but it's one word, Maugo, Maugo, for Maureen Gold, Maugo. So you can look for me on there. Sometimes I'm on as well, and I am asking questions, or actually I'm giving suggestions. So you can also give her suggestions. She'll say, what should I add to this page? And you can let her know what you think should go on the page. Okay, so I decided to add the leaves on here, or the petals? What are they? Petals? No, petals are on a flower. I guess these are leaves. Leaves are on the stem. So I'm adding them in there. I debated over that. First I wasn't going to do it because it takes up more of the note page, but then I decided to add it in there and just draw the lines around it, and it worked out. I think it looks cute. I don't know if I'm going to write anything in there, but I do like the way it turned out. And I actually stamped that coneflower upside down, and I had to figure out what to do with it. So I just stuck the stem on the upside, on the top of the page. And it just works out. If I didn't tell you that, you would have thought that I intended for it to look that way. No, I did not intend for it to look that way. But now I'm adding in the butterfly, and then I am coloring it. I tried to make the coloring a little bit faster so you didn't have to watch me color it so slowly as the other pages. And I'm adding in the second color. When I go out of the shot, I am just cutting it and fast forwarding it. So if you see that it jumps around, that is why. Another funny thing happened while I was creating this page. My phone cut off. Like, I never run out of battery. Like, it died on me. So I'm going to jump from here pretty soon to having a complete page, and that's because the phone died. I'm glad I noticed it at some point because I didn't notice right away. And so then I had to plug it in so that I could continue. Actually, I plugged it in, charged it a bit, and then continued on with creating my layouts. So very soon you'll see that it will jump to a completed page. And that's the way it goes sometimes, you know. You can try to do everything just right, but sometimes life will throw you curveballs and you just have to go with it. And that's what's going to happen. So there you go. See, it jumped and the whole page is done. So that was my gratitude 1 line a day page, and you can see I shaded in every other line there, and I will be writing down one thing a day. So let's see, today is actually September 9th. I didn't write anything down in my bullet journal yet for today, but some of the things that I've done so far this month is let's see, I had my first day of school, so that was fun. I did some stamping time in my craft room. The Eagles won their first game. Yay, that's a highlight for me. And I had happy hour after the first week of school. Yeah, so on the first Friday I went to happy hour with 2 of my good friends, and we had a good time. Actually, it was 3 people. 2 of them are my good friends, and the other one is her student teacher, but it was a great time. And then I also went to see Superman. I know it's late, but I did get out to see Superman. On the right side, I am creating a brain dump. And again, I'm sticking with that theme with that note paper. So my theme, I guess, is cone flowers and note paper. And it's fun when you have a theme. If you do 2 different things that don't really go together, like note paper and flowers don't, but I am making it work here. So now I'm just coloring it in, but you can see that I made the lines for the note paper. I am going to write brain dump at the top, and with my brain dump, I just write in there different things that I'm thinking, like just, I'm thinking of something and I want to keep it and document it, and I want to find a fun place to put it. So this is the page where it goes. So far, I have on here my Stamp With Me dates because I was trying to figure out when I was going to plan those. So Stamp With Me is an event that I have at my home, and people can come over and we stamp 4 cards, and that is, I do it once a month, and my next one will be September 20th. So if you are in the New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delaware area. So I am in New Jersey, closer to Pennsylvania, to Philadelphia. So it's like the Philadelphia, Delaware, New Jersey area. Then you could join me if you want. Leave me a message and I can let you know the details, and you can join my fun group of stampers as we create some cards. So now I am on my weekly, and so that was quick. I'm on my last layout for this month. I'm creating my weekly, and I decided to do a 2-page 1-week weekly. Now, if you know me, you know I usually do a 2-page 2-week weekly with 1 week on the left and 1 week on the right. But I'm going to just stretch some things out this month, and I'm going to make it 1 week on this whole 2-page for this spread. So I will be creating my other pages, but I'm just going to do those off camera, and it will be all complete. Now, the other pages will look exactly like this layout. So, and actually I think this is a layout that I got from Riley Autumn. So check her out. She's got a lot of great ideas. I am just writing the days of the week here. I did put my banner up there with the pennants, and I have my to-do over there. So under in that space, I'm just going to keep a record or a list of things that I need to do, and then I'll just check them off as I do them. I still have some stamping to do. I'll do that in a minute, but I'm writing my days of the week there. So Monday through Sunday will have their own space, and we'll see if I need all this room. We'll see how it goes. But I did find that I had a lot of pages left in my Leuchtturm book by having those 2-page 2-week weeklies. So I'm going to stretch it out and see how it goes. Here I am making or drawing another note page, because I'm putting my little note pages in, I think, on every page. Lots of page. I'm saying page a lot here. But in this section, I am going to write next week. So things that I need to be thinking about for next week, I will write those down there. And now I am adding my coneflower image. And it messed up, but since I can see through my stamp, I stuck it right back on there and put my hand under the paper and made sure the ink transferred over. And now I'm stamping the stem. So there's my coneflower on that section. And what's left is some coloring. And I'm going to write the word notes using different color markers here. And the word, so after I write notes, I am going to highlight every other line using a marker, and then things that, again, it's not a brain dump, but things I need to remember for this week, I will write those things there. I'm off camera, so I'm going to cut it and finish it, but you can see everything is done now. So I'm almost finished. I'm going to color this in, and I'm going to add some dots, and I think I'm going to add a butterfly, but I don't know if I'm doing that on here or later, because if you know me, you know that I am always adding to my pages. I may not show you everything, but as the week goes on, I add more things. As I look at my bullet journal right now, I also added in the gold gel pen. So I'll put that on Instagram and you can see that. So I think I have a picture of it. We shall see. But check out Instagram. It is my Bujo Life. I think it's called My Bujo Life. Yes, but it's also in the description. So check the description and you can see where else to find what I am posting. Oh, there's my butterfly. I did do it here. But this is coming to an end. I am almost done. I am so glad I was able to get another bullet journal posted for you here so that you could see it. I'm using a white gel pen right now to add a little bit of more interest to my words here, to my letters. And there you go. So thank you so much for tuning in. Please share this video, give me a thumbs up, and also subscribe. All items used in this bullet journal or on this layout will be linked in the description. So if there's something you want more information on, check out my description, and you can leave me a message if you don't see it. But thanks again for joining me, and I hope this inspires you. This could be your October theme. It could be your September theme, but whatever it is, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.